This is my memory box. Inside this box are some items that are special to me from the time that I grew up, and I'd like to share some of those memories with you today. The first item inside my memory box is a 1999 Ford Mustang model that I made. When I turned 16 years old, my parents gave me a 1999 Ford Mustang just like this one. The way they gave this to me is a story in and of itself, but I don't want to tell you that story today. The next item inside my memory box is a charm bracelet that I had growing up. The charms on this bracelet are very special to me. One charm in particular is from my church camp that I went to from the time I was in 5th grade all the way until I graduated from high school. The memories from my church camp are very, very special to me, but I don't want to share those with you today either. The next thing inside my memory box is the tassel that I wore on my high school graduation day. I have many memories from high school that are special, but most of those are best kept a secret. The last item I have in my memory box is some Mickey Mouse ears from my very first trip to Disneyland. One summer, my parents came to me and my brothers and told us that they had a very special vacation planned for us. We would be going to Disneyland for a whole week. I was 8 years old that summer. So the day finally came for us to leave on our family vacation, and we drove all the way from Texas to California to go to Disneyland. We were so excited. When we finally got there, one of the very first stops that I wanted to make inside the park was to go buy an autograph book. I wanted to meet the characters and have them sign my autograph book, and that way I could mark everybody off as I got to meet them. I just couldn't wait. So we went into the store and we bought me an autograph book and started getting in lines to meet the characters. One of the characters I couldn't wait to meet was Goofy. When we got in line to see Goofy, I was so excited. I waited patiently with my autograph book in one hand and my pen in the other hand, and finally got up to the front of the line. When it was my turn to see Goofy, I was so excited. I ran up to him and gave him a hug, and he got down on one knee so that we could be more on level with each other. Well, when he got down on one knee, his face was right next to my face. Well, he has a really big face and a really big nose. And as an 8-year-old girl, I reached up and I pinched his nose. I thought it was funny. Goofy didn't think it was quite so funny. He stood up and he put his hands on his waist and shook his finger at me like I was in trouble. I was so afraid Goofy was mad at me. So I looked up at him and I said, "Goofy, I'm so sorry." And he kind of shook his head at me. And he reached down and he patted me on the head and he gave me a big hug. And I was feeling much better. Then he took my autograph book and pen and he signed his name in my book and shooed me on my way. I was so afraid that Goofy was mad at me, but by the end, it turned out to be okay. When I was in high school, my English teacher asked us to write a paper over one of the most traumatic experiences from our childhood. This is the memory I chose. And even though I was a little traumatized by my experience with Goofy as a young child, I've learned to be forgiving of other people whenever they do something that hurts me or hurts somebody in my family. This story and this forgiveness lesson is one that I will share with my son, and I hope that he will share with his family as he grows older.